It's Chris from Chris Beat Cancer. Well, it's Saturday morning. I'm sitting out on my deck, and I've got my blueberry coconut smoothie that's turning my teeth blue temporarily. But anyway, I wanted to respond to an email I got this morning. I don't always have a chance to do this, but this one, I get this kind of email a lot, and I wanted to respond to it because it's a question I get a lot from different people. So let me read it to you. It's a little bit long. Dear Chris, my wife, Natalia, who's 28 years old, has been diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 2, grade 3. She's already had surgery to remove the cancer. The oncologist has now said the type of cancer was a bad one and it can come back to other parts of her body. Her lymph nodes were clear, but now they're insisting she does chemotherapy followed by radiation therapy. And they say if she does not do the additional therapy, that she will have a 38% chance of dying. If she does do the treatment, this will come down to 12%. Okay, so let me interject. First of all, there's no guarantee that that treatment will improve your life by that percentage. And you have to remember the way that oncologists get these percentages that they're quoting you. They're not quoting you a percentage that is a reflection on living the rest of your life. They're quoting you a percentage that is based on extension of life. So in other words, if they've diagnosed you with 12 months to live and they believe that chemotherapy will give you, you'll live 2 years with the chemotherapy instead of 1 year. To them, that's a success. And that's what they're selling. They're selling life extension. They're not selling healing or remission or a total recovery of cancer. And that's what your goal should be. Okay, so back to the letter. We've both been reading a lot about alternative therapies. She's scared to take the risk and has decided to do chemotherapy and also start eating healthy, give up meat, bad foods, and start juicing. The problem is I'm not sure if she can do chemotherapy and also drink raw vegetable juice, organic vegetable juice. I'm also worried she'll feel sick a lot of the time and not be able to hold it down. Can she do a combination of chemotherapy and also the diet at the same time? Will this be effective? When I met with the oncologist, I asked him if I could do the raw food diet, and he said no, because it will fight the chemo. Now, at that time, I didn't understand what he meant, but I do now. The raw food diet is a very aggressive detoxification diet. When you are on 100% raw foods and juicing, your body begins to detox very rapidly and burn through fat, which is where toxins are stored. It also begins to repair itself because you're overdosing on nutrition, and you're giving your body all the nutrients it needs to heal itself. So, having said that, when you put chemotherapy in your body during a raw food process, your body's going to kick the chemo out fast, too fast. So it's not going to linger and do as much quote-unquote damage as it's designed to do. So that's why most oncologists recommend you do not do a raw food diet on chemo. It works against the chemo. The other thing is when you take chemotherapy, it destroys your immune system. And even the bacteria, which is beneficial bacteria, harmless bacteria, on raw food, uncooked food, can be harmful to you because chemo has destroyed your immune system. So you can normally eat an apple and it's no problem, but if you've done chemo, eating a raw apple can present a real problem because it can lead to a bacterial infection that your body can't fight. So that's the other reason that doctors recommend that you do not do raw food diet and chemotherapy. Anyone on chemotherapy, they'll basically tell you you only need to eat cooked food. So you really can't do both. Okay, we've just bought a new apartment. Our budget's very tight. Can't seem to find all the organic produce we need. I just wanted to do the right thing. I'm scared of losing her if we don't make the right decision. I'm more for the diet than for chemotherapy rather than the other drugs they will be giving her. She is too scared to take the risk, so I've backed her up and said she can do chemotherapy as she wants, and if it fails, then switch to nutrition diets and do it strictly. I'm not sure how I will be able to fund it at the moment. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, I just wanted to do the right thing no matter the cost. I'm hoping I can do some extra work in the spare time to make some more money. Please pray for us. I will. Now, here's the thing. Yes, eating organic and doing the raw food diet is expensive. We had to make sacrifices in our house to afford it, and it was a priority. But you can't be motivated by fear. Physicians, oncologists especially, use fear to motivate you to follow their prescribed treatments. But you cannot be motivated by fear. You need to be motivated by faith. And my personal motivation was that God created me, that He designed the human body to heal itself. And if given the proper nutrients, the human body is capable of miraculous healing. And so that was my fundamental belief going into the chemo-free, hardcore, raw food, anti-cancer strategy that I employed. The last part of the letter says, she's also saying we'll have to stay at home all day juicing all the time, and that she must consume the juice as soon as it's made according to some of the diets like the Gerson diet. This means she can't do anything else, as it will take up all her time and take over her whole life. I am saying that she can juice everything in the morning and then consume it throughout the day. I don't know what to do, and I'm scared. I just need some sound advice here. Can she lead a normal life, go to work, while still holding out a strict cancer diet? Can she do both therapies at the same time? For example, chemo while eating apricot kernels and raw organic juices and doing coffee enemas. Or is this not advisable? Sorry to ask you so much, but please, if you have time to respond, it would be appreciated. Obviously, I'm taking time to respond. You're welcome. Okay, so the last couple questions you asked is about juicing. I juiced everything in the morning. That's the way I did it. I led a very normal life. I got up a little earlier. I juiced enough carrots and beets and celery and other veggies to last me throughout the day. If you put it in airtight containers, it will last throughout the day. I just kind of drank it throughout the day, every day, and I did that for a couple of years. So it's very doable. Can she do it with chemo? I don't think so. I didn't do chemo, so I'm really not qualified to tell you that it's possible, but from everything I've read, it's really one or the other. The biggest problem with chemotherapy is it destroys your immune system. If chemotherapy doesn't work, then going and trying to do the raw food diet, you're really behind the 8 ball. You will have a very difficult time recovering because chemo is so destructive. It kills cancer cells, but only temporarily. And what happens is it will kill or shrink or reduce a tumor or kill cancer cells in your body. It does that. But the problem is once the chemo stops, your immune system's destroyed, and chemo causes secondary cancers, and if there's any cancer left in your body that chemo didn't cause, it can spread very rapidly because your immune system's destroyed. There's nothing left to fight it. So, my approach was overdosing on nutrition, filling my body, overdosing with as much raw nutrients as I could to support the healing processes in your body. Chemotherapy cannot heal your body. Your body has to heal itself. And I don't believe you can poison your way back to health. To me, it's more of a miracle if someone survives cancer after going through chemotherapy than someone actually beating cancer using natural therapies and nutrition. So, again, this is not medical advice. I'm not telling you what to do, but I am telling you what I did and what I believe to be true about chemo and about nutrition and about the body's ability to heal itself. My wife and I will pray for you that God leads you in the path of healing. That's the most important prayer, really, is that He leads you in the path of healing. In our modern society, it's been we're all so programmed and brainwashed just to follow the modern medical institution, which says that you have no other options besides surgery, chemo, and radiation. But the truth is you do have options. You have a lot of other options. And, what I did was I did a hardcore natural therapies and nutritional therapies. Chemo was my last resort if that didn't work, and it worked, so I didn't have to do the chemo. So, all right, that's it for today. I hope I answered your questions. Anybody watching this, feel free to email me your questions. I'll try to answer them on YouTube as I have time, and have a great day.